Today we are looking at plane geometry, area where students always find difficult. And we are going to select some difficult problems from simple to complex for you to understand. If you don't know this topic before, after this video, you are going to know it very well. So we are going to see some theorem of plane geometry, circle geometry, but we are going to treat plane. So in explaining plane geometry, we need to know about parallel lines and intersecting lines. These intersecting lines are also called transversal. So whether you call them intersecting lines or you call them transversal. So the first theorem we are going to look at, whether I call it theorem or rules under plane geometry, is vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Something like this, like a scissors. If I have this place to be A, then down this A is going to be also equals to A. If I have this place as B, opposite this B is going to be also B across. So we call this rule vertically opposite angles are equal. If you can know how scissors is, you'll be able to know this one. A equals A, B equals B. And it's as simple as that. So we are done with the first rule under plane geometry. The second one is alternate angles are equal. Alternate angles are equal. We can draw it like this. You can draw two parallel lines like this. Please, before you can apply this thing, you must be dealing with parallel lines. If the lines are not parallel, this does not apply. It only applies when there are two parallel lines. And there is a line across it called intersecting lines or called transversal. So when we have two parallel lines going this way or going this way, coming this way or going up, the right side of the inner angle is equal to the other side of also the inner angle. If this side is A, inner angle, this other side of the inner angle will also be A. If the left-hand side of the inner angle is B, the right-hand side of the inner angle will also be B. So you can see vertically opposite angle. And if we label this place as, let's say, X, and we label this place as Y. So we can easily say vertically opposite angle, A equals X, and B equals Y. A equals X or X equals A, B equals Y or Y equals B. So this is how to explain vertically opposite angles. It can also be drawn this way. Don't expect it to be drawn the same way all the time. It could also be drawn like this, vertically opposite angle. Then your transversal could be like this. It could also be like this. All I know, this side of the angle will be equal to this side of the angle. The side on the right, inner, will be equal to the side on the left, also inner. This is alternate angles are equal. That is theorem number 2. So the third one is corresponding angles. Now let's explain corresponding angle. To explain corresponding angles, I am going to the same two parallel lines like this and also like this. Then there will be a transversal or intersecting lines between the two parallel lines. It is only corresponding if the outer is equal to the inner of the same side. This time around, the difference between this one and alternate, corresponding angles are always on the same side of the line, not on the opposite side of the line. But in the case of alternate, one will be left, one will be right. This one, both will be left or both will be right. But one of corresponding will be outside, exterior to the parallel, one, while the other one will be interior to the parallel and the transversal. Interior both to the parallel and transversal. This other one will be exterior both to the parallel and to the transversal. But two of them will be on the same line. This is a corresponding angle. A will be equal to X. And this place, if it is B, let's call this place Y. So B will be equal to Y. Right? Can also be drawn this way. Can be drawn any way. But if you know it, you know it. A equals X, then inner A equals X outside. B equals Y, B exterior equal to Y inner. So this is a corresponding angle. Both of them must be on the same side. Let us look at angle at a point. Angle at a point equals to 360. Angle at a point equals to 360. Just like sum of angles in a circle equals to 360. So sum of angles at the point also equals to 360. That means the point forms a circle. So if we look at this, let's say this place is A, this place is B, this place is C, this place is D. Addition of A, B, C, D will give us 360. Will also be drawn this way. A, B, C. A, B, C will give us 360. Here, A, B, C, D will give us 360. That is angle at a point. So we move to the next plane geometry theorem. Interior opposite angles add up to 180. Interior opposite could be drawn this way. A equals X. Interior opposite angle add up to what? 180. A plus X equals 180. Please understand that these two lines are the parallel lines. Those angles that add up to 180, they do not add up to 180 along the parallel lines, but along the transversal, along the intersecting line, along the intersecting line. Okay? It could be drawn like this. It could be drawn like this. Okay? So we have here, we have A. Here we have X. A plus X equals 180. The two angles that add up to 180 must do so along transversal, along the intersecting line, along the line that join the two parallels together. It does not do so along the parallel. This is what I mean by along the parallel. Let's say we have this parallel here, we have this parallel here, we have transversal 1, transversal 2. So let's say we have this place A, we have this place X. You will notice that these two angles, they lie on the same parallel, right? They lie on the parallel. If they lie on the parallel, in this case, A plus X does not equal 180. If it's drawn this way, A plus X does not equal 180. Does not equal 180. But if I draw it this way, if this place is B, for example, this place now, if this place is B, then I will say B plus X equals 180. So this is along the intersecting line. The rule apply, but along the parallel, the rule does not apply. Is that clear to you? Good. So that is about interior opposite angles add up to 180. And let's quickly look at some triangle concepts. I think we look about 3 of them. We all know that let's do something like this. If we have this, we have this, we have this, all these angles happen on a straight line. It could be written like this. It could be written like this. A, B, C, D. It could be written like this. A, B, C, D. So it can be broken into any number of places, no matter the number, whether it is 2, whether it's 3, whether it's 4, whether it's 5, no matter how many angles it is broken to. Since all of them are on a straight line, everything must be equal to 180. Angle on a straight line, A plus B plus C equals 180. Here, A plus B plus C plus D equals 180. This one is drawn parallel, horizontal. This one is drawn slanting. This one is facing this side. This one is facing this side. It could be drawn in a vertical line. No matter how it is being drawn, in as much as it is on a straight line, all the angles, they must add up to 180. Then let's look at some of angles in a triangle. We all know that some of angles in the triangle, they are all equals 180. That is about that. Then let's quickly look at this. Let's quickly look at this. This is A plus B. This A and B, you will notice that they are interior angles, right? So, and this place, let's call this place D. Let's call this place what? D. So we see that this D is an exterior angle to these 2 opposite angles. Okay? So there's a concept in plane geometry that says two interior opposite angles equal the exterior angle. 2 interior opposite angles equal the exterior angle. Okay? 2 interior opposite angles of a triangle, of a triangle. 2 interior opposite angles of a triangle equals the exterior angle. Or this exterior angle is equal, this exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the 2 interior opposite angles of the triangle. Is that clear? Yes, sir. The exterior angle could be here too, could also be here. Okay, let's say this place is E. E will be equals to B plus, I call this place B, right? Let's call this place C. So D will be equal to A plus B. E is another exterior here. E is another exterior here. It will be equal to B plus C. B plus C. Let's draw another exterior here. And let's call this place G. G will be equal to A plus C. G will be equal to A plus C. G equals A plus C. D equals A plus B. E equals B plus C. This is how to demonstrate exterior angles of a triangle. So with this, I think we should solve some problems under plane geometry. Let's solve some problems under plane geometry. We notice that these are two parallel lines, and these parallel lines are not linked by a single transversal. These two parallel lines are supposed to be linked with a single transversal. So because of that, we are going to draw another drawing where the two parallel lines will be joined by a single transversal. So this place is our A, this is our B, this is our C, this is our D, this is our E. And we are going to have our X here that we are looking for. We are looking for X. So let's join the two parallel, this one, this one. These two parallel are not joined by a single transversal. Let's construct a transversal. Let's construct a parallel line here. So in that case, this parallel has been joined with this transversal, and this parallel too has been joined with this. This parallel has been joined with this transversal. So if we like, we can extend it in case it will be needed. Can extend it. So with this, we can solve this problem. Let's call this place this is A, B, C, D, E. Let's call this place small letter B. Let's call this place small letter A. Small letter A. And let's see how we go from there. This is 130. This 130, and we want to solve for X. So if we have 70, if we have 130 here, let's call this place Y. If we have 130 here, if you look at Y here, Y is supposed to be what? If I look at Y is supposed to be 130 plus Y will give us 180. At this point, this 130 and Y, they are on a straight line. So we'll be correct to say 130 plus Y equals to 180. And our reason is sum of angles. Sum of angles on a straight line. Sum of angles on a straight line. So if this plus this equals 180, that means we're going to be saying Y equals 180 minus 130. And that will give us 50. So this place is 50. So we can also say that A is equal to Y. And the reason is alternate angles are equal. So alternate angles are equal. Meaning A is equal to 50. So if A is equal to 50, that means that B is equal to 10. Why? Because A plus B equals 60 from the question given to us. A plus B, this place, equals 60. So if only A is 50, then B will be 10. So we are done with that. Then to get our S, you will notice that the X and B, they are opposite interior angles. Opposite interior angles. Both of them add up to 180. So we say X plus B equals 180. Interior opposite angles. Interior opposite angles. So B is already 10. So we are going to say 180 minus 10. And that will give us S equals to 170. S equals to 170. That is our answer. What is the value of A? The question we are going to look for here is the value of A. The question here is, what is the value of A? Now, the value of A, we have been told that A is equal to X plus Y plus what? Plus Z divided by 2. Multiplied by 1 over 2 is the same as what? Divide by 2. That is, what I mean is this: 1 over 2 times this. There's no plus here, there's no minus, so we take it as times. No plus between half and bracket. And there's no plus between half and bracket, we take it, no plus, no minus, we take it as times. So 1 over 2 times X plus Y plus Z. And 1 times anything the same as that thing, so we say S plus Y plus Z. 1 times S plus YZ equal to S plus YZ. Then there's assume 1 under this, so 2 times 1 is 2. So half times any number is the same as that number divided by 2. So we are going to replace A in this place by this value. Instead of us using A, we are not going to write A. We are going to write A as this value because we have been given the value of A by saying where A equals this. So this is going a straight line, as we can see. X plus Y plus Z plus A is now this one. X plus Y plus Z equals 2. So with that, everything is equal to 180. So our reason is angles on a straight line. So we can begin to solve this problem. There is a denominator too. To clear this denominator, if you are familiar with equation involving fraction, this is a fraction, and this is an equality sign. So when we have equation with a fraction like this, we can clear all the denominators by multiplying through by the LCM. And the LCM of 1, 1, 1, 2, 1 is 2. So 2 times S will give us 2x. 2 times Y will give us 2y. 2 times Z will give us 2z. Then the 2 here, everything here is considered as 1. The 2 here, we divide the 2 here. So we are left with X plus Y plus Z. So what I mean is that if I put 2 here, 2 times this 2 will cancel this 2. So there's no point writing it separately. Let me just say 2 here multiplied by this 2 will divide this 2. So I'm left with X plus Y plus Z. Then 2 times 180 will give me 360. So I can see 2x here plus this x will give me 3x. 2y plus this y will give me 3y. 2z plus this z will give me 3z equals 360. So if I divide through by 3, I'm going to have x. To clear the coefficient, divide through by 3. So if I divide through by 3, this will give me x plus y plus z. 3 divided by 3. 3 goes in 3, 1. 3 goes in 6, 2. 3 goes in 0 is 0. So that means x plus y plus z equals to 160, equals to 120. Remember, everything is 180, right? Everything is 180. So x plus y plus z plus a equals 180. So, and this 3 is already 120. So I'll write 120 plus A equals to 180. So A equals to 180. This one is coming here, minus 120. A equals 60. So the value of our A is 60. We have this question on the board. We are told to find the value of A, B, C. Let's do a construction like this. If we do a construction and we make sure that this transversal, these two parallel lines have a single line that join them together. Here we have two lines that join them together. Is not allowed. We must ensure that two parallel lines are joined together by a single transversal, a single intersecting line. This one is bending, so it's considered to be 2, not 1. It's bending, except I can stretch it like this. So in that case, we will consider this one as 1. But that will not be able to serve our purpose. Our purpose will be served better if we draw another parallel, this one at the middle. So to make sure that this transversal join this parallel, and this parallel also join and this transversal also join the parallel at the middle, then it will serve our purpose. So you must be able to do what will help you to achieve your goal. So we are given this as A, we are given this as C. B has been split into 2, so I will call this half of it B divided by 2. I will also call this place B divided by 2, because I have split B into 2 equal parts. Here will be B divided by 2, here will be D divided by 2. So if I do that, then I can go to work. The work I'm going to go to, these two angles along the same transversal, they are equal to 180 if you add them together. So I will say A plus B divided by 2 equals 180. Equation 1. This is equation 1. I can also say C plus B divided by 2 equals 180. Equation 2. So this 2 equals 180. This 2 equals 180. So if I add this and this, I will get 360. So let me do that quickly. A plus B over 2, the first one, plus the second one, C plus B divided by 2. The two of them equals to 360, because each of them equals to 180. So if two things equals to 180, the first one, the second one, that means the two together will give us 360. I want to clear the denominator. How do I clear it? By dividing through by the LCM, which is 2. A multiplied by 2 will give me 2A. This multiplied by 2, the 2 here will cancel the 2 I'm multiplying with. Then I'll be left with B. C multiplied by 2 will give me 2C. This multiplied by 2, this 2 will cancel the 2. Then I'll be left with B. 360 multiplied by 2, that will give me 720. So with this, I can see 2A, B plus B, 2B, then plus 2C equals 720. To remove the coefficient, I divide through by 2. If I divide through by 2, this will become A plus B plus, this is C, right? 2C plus C. Then this divided by 2, that will give us 360. That means the answer we are looking for equals to 360. A plus B plus C equals to 360. Here we want to find the value of X and Y. You will notice that the two angles on top are on a straight line. The two angles down are also on a straight line. So we can say the top plus itself plus themselves equals to 180. Then the down also equals to 180. I can also take everything equals to be 360, but I don't think that will serve my purpose. What will serve my purpose is to follow this one on a straight line, this one on a straight line. So let's do that now. 6x plus y plus 60 all equals to 180. Reason, angle on a straight line. If you are doing a theory question, it's good to write the reason in front, in bracket. Angles on a straight line, just short angles on a straight line. Finish. This other one too. 4x plus 3y plus y all equals to 180. Now let's reduce it to a single number. This and this should be in a single number. So we have 6x plus y equals, when this one comes here, become minus 180 minus 60. That will give us 120. This is equation 1. Then 4x, 3y plus y, that will give us 4y equals to 180. That is equation 2. So we can solve this simultaneous equation and find our x and y. Let's make y the subject using our substitution method. Let's make y the subject. So from equation 1, we want to make y a subject, and 1 is 6x plus y equals to 120. Making y subject now, we're going to have y equals 120 minus 6x. That is equation 3. So we have used 1 to make 3. Let's substitute y equals this into equation 2. Let's replace y in equation 2 with y equals to this. Substitute y in equation 2 with y equals 120 minus 6x. So wherever you see y in equation 2, replace it with 120 minus 6s. These are 2. From 2, bring out the 2 to avoid mistake. 4x plus 4y equals 180. 4x plus 4 times y is 120 minus 6x equals 180. So we have 4x plus 4. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 1 is 4. So that's 480. Plus times minus is minus. 4 times 6x, that will be 24x equals 180. So when we do our this 4, if you reduce your debt, you are owing 24, you have 4 naira and you are owing 24 naira. Reduce your debt by 4, then you are left with minus 20x. So you have 180 here. Let this one go there. Then you have minus 480. Use 180 to reduce your debt here. Your debt will remain 300. 80 will cancel 80. Then 100 will remove 100 from 400. You are left with 300. Minus 20x is minus 300 minus 20x. You want to remove this minus 20. How do you remove it? Divide it through by minus 20. Divide both sides by minus 20. This cancel this cancel this. So we have x. 0 cancels 0. 2 goes in 30. That will be 15. So x equals 15. Now that we have got our x, which is 15, let's find our y. Remember, in 3, from 3, the first time we say from 1. Second time we say from 2. Now to get our y, we are saying from 3. Don't use an equation twice. We use equation 1 to get equation 3. To replace our y, we use equation 2 and we replace y in equation 2. And that will land us to our x value. And to get our y value, we don't use 2 again, we don't use 1 again, we use 3. Because in 3, y is equal to something. So, and this is our 3. Y is equal to 120 minus 6x. So, y equals to 120 minus 6. S is now 15. So, y equals to 120. 6 times 5, that is 30. 6 times 1, that is 6, plus 3, that's 90. So 120 minus 90, that will give us 30. So our y is 30, while our x is 15. The problem we have to solve here is to find DEF. We have to find DEF. You can put your angle here and you can set to put your angle here. Anywhere you put it, you'll be okay, whether here or here. So we are finding angle E. This is the angle we are looking for, DEF. To find DEF, this line is parallel to this line, as you can see with double parallel signs, symbols. And here is parallel to this place. This one does not have a single transversal that join them together. So let's draw one across so that the one in the middle, we have a line joining it. The one here, we also have another line joining it. Let's call this place A. Let's call this place small b. Both of them equal 60. Our A equals 35. The reason is alternate angles. Alternate angles are equal. So B is equal to 25, since A plus B equals 60. So our B will be equal to 25. And if B equals to 25, let's call this place E. E will also be equals to 25. Reason being also alternate angle. If B is 25 and E is 25, then our DEF will also be 25, also alternate angle. Therefore, DEF also equals to 25, reason being also alternate angle. Let's go over it again. A and B equals 60. As you can see here, we split it into 2, A and B. And this A and 35, they are alternate angle. So A equals 35. And if we remove 35 out of 60, we'll be left with 25. This 25 equals to E. E equals 25. And if we do alternate angle again, this 25, remember, this line and these two lines are parallel. So this 25 will be equal to the angle here, DEF. So DEF also equals to 25. As you can see, we are looking for angle BAC. BAC. We are looking for this angle, BAC. If this place is 98, let's call this place X. Let's call this place X. So, why? Because this angle and this angle are equal. That is the symbol. This place, this line are equal. Not parallel this time around, but they are equal. This is equal to this, and this is equal to this. That means this is not drawn to scale. It will not be at the same length. But from the problem, this line are equal. That's what I say. Equality sign. The same, all of them are carrying the same symbol, meaning they are all equal. So if this place is 90, 98, then to find our x, we will say x plus 98 plus additional x equals to 180. Reason, angles, sum of angles in a triangle. Sum of angles in a triangle. Sum of angles in a triangle. So we're going to have 2x equals to 180 minus 98. Then 2x equals to 180 minus 90, that will become 90. 90 minus 8, that will become 82. Then divide both sides by 2, that will give us 41. X equals to 41. So this 41 is 41. How do we now get the rest? How do we get this side? Then divide both sides by 2, that will give us 41. X equals to 41. So this 41 is 41. How do we now get the rest? Find BAC. We can sum everything equals to 180. So we can say A plus B, this one, plus B plus X plus A, everything equals to 180. Reason is sum of angles in a triangle. You can write it down. Sum of angles in a triangle, everything equals to 180. B plus A, B plus X, and A plus X. A plus B, B plus X, X plus A. So how many A do we have here? We have 2A. How many B? We have 2B. Then how many X? We have 2X. Everything equals to 180. Let's check very well. How many A? We have 2. How many B? We have 2. How many S? We have 2. So if we divide through by 2, I'm going to have A plus B plus X equals to 90. 90. And X is already 41. So we're going to write A plus B plus 41 equals to 90. So we're going to write now A plus B, 90 minus 41, that will give us 49. So therefore A plus B equals to 49. So that's the end of this video for plane geometry and circle geometry. In the next video, we are going to look at circle geometry.